What is going on, guys? It is Tuesday, and I am not gonna lie, I am so incredibly behind on these videos. It's not even funny. Um, but anyways, I'm still trying to take the videos, so when I finally do get a chance, I'm gonna edit them and then release a bunch. But anyways, I didn't get any footage from yesterday. It was me, DeAndre, and Jake were out mowing, and then my dad, Bill, Jamie, it's a new guy that started, and Joe were also out mowing, and then Tyler was doing a job on his own. Got all the mowing done. Tyler got his job done. Everything went awesome yesterday.
Nice.
Today, it's going to be Tyler and Joe mowing together. It's going to be me and DeAndre mowing together, and then it's going to be my dad, Jamie, and Jacob mowing, and Bill is out today. We're going to try and get a bunch of the lawns knocked out, and then that way, tomorrow, it'll probably be Bill and Joe and my dad and Jamie mowing, and then me, Jacob, Tyler, and DeAndre starting up on some work orders. I got to get some spraying done and a hedge done. Whole lot of stuff I got to get done. So that is the plan. I'm going to head on in and get her done.
The next day.
Alrighty, guys. It is Wednesday. Tyler and I are doing this big old fat juicy hedge. And this big guy. And then we got some other smaller ones, but pretty big one. So I'm going to get the scaffolding. I'm going to start on the big part. Tyler's going to start on these smaller sections and get this knocked out. Jacob and DeAndre are doing a mulching job. Bill and Joe are putting down some grass seed, and then they're doing 2 spring cleanups, and my dad and Jamie are doing a mowing route. That'll be it for today. We'll see how this hedge goes. All right, we're finishing up. Quite a bit of cedar clippings here. Got barrel in it and tarp in it. Everything nice and trim.
Nice.
Including that massive one, just obviously didn't do the tops. The crews are getting ready here. We got everybody getting all their stuff. People mowing, 2 crews mowing. Me and DeAndre are spraying, and Jacob and Tyler are doing just 2 small cleanups. Nah, that's it. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yeah, I got the excavator. My dad and Joe got the tractor. It is Friday. We're heading to that big landscaping job that I was planning on starting next week. Today I was kind of planning on getting all the materials there, but I said, hey, next week we're going to run into a holdup if we don't have those pavers done, because we can't put our mulch down if the pavers aren't done. We're going to be kicking up dust, stone, all sorts of nasty crap. So I said, hey, instead of doing a cleanup job today, why don't I have Bill or Joe and my dad go work on those pavers, at least get them, you know, started, hopefully done. And I was like, talking to myself, yeah, let's do that. DeAndre, Jake, and Tyler are going to be spraying at the marina and Set Point and cutting some stuff down at the marina. And that'll be it for them. It was raining, so I had a delay. I'm hoping the weed spray will work. Hopefully it'll be dry by the time they get there. And Jamie's taking the day off. He worked 12-hour days every day with my dad, who anyone works with my dad all week is probably going to need a day off because he works like an animal. But yeah, that's the plan for today. Other than that, I've got to do estimates, meet with customers, send quotes, hoping to plan some work orders, get all the materials delivered to this job. Hopefully check in on the guys at the marina, see how that's going. And I gotta take a look at I gotta register a trailer at the DMV. I've gotta pay Bob, my mechanic, and a bunch of other little things, I guess. So yeah, busy day. I got it all written down. I should be able to get it all done. Hopefully gonna get grass seed. I got a call about topsoil, bunch of little stuff, but yeah, I don't think I took any videos yesterday. It was me and DeAndre. We went and we sprayed at 2 commercial places that we do, and other than that, I rinsed out the sprayer, got it all ready for today, so that's all set to go for the guys, and got plants delivered to the job site, which I'm heading to now, and yeah, so I'm gonna go get this all set up and knock all this stuff out. Enjoy my Friday. About to get loaded up. Okay, so we gotta pull up this sod here and grind down the stump. You can see it's already been ground down, but if you look, it is still raised quite a bit. So that's all gotta be pulled up and ground down, and then topsoil and seed. And when we come in with topsoil, we're gonna flatten out this whole yard. Mostly a low spot here, but just a grade down towards the street. And that is it. All right, so trimming this shrub. And shaping this guy and getting it off of the sidewalk this way, up and around, and then trimming all these guys, so getting everything off of the house and shaping all these guys. So 2 big ones here. Like I said, shaping those, getting them off the house. These are perennials, so don't worry about those. Junipers there, getting them off the house and out of the sidewalk if we can without having them look bad. Pruning this guy, all these guys, and that is it. This guy's definitely the biggest. And got some pretty solid branches, so anything that's growing right into that house, clipping off of there. Looks like it took that shutter right off. I mean, yeah, might be taking a good amount off this guy. But that is it. All right, cutting everything down, removing some shrubs. There's a pile of stuff back there. I don't know if that's supposed to be done. And a price to mow bi-weekly. I'd say getting rid of that stuff. And there's a shrub over here. Honestly, my board's just getting a tractor and getting a chain and yanking that guy out, picking up the piles and everything. Sorry I was late too.
Oh God,
Appreciate you.
I was meeting Todd anyways.
Were you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's still on his way. It's fine.
Okay. All right, so here they bring in some topsoil to cover this. We can probably reuse some of what's here, but that's not gonna be enough. And then just a general cleanup. Any vines, we got like a little stump there. Obviously all the overgrown grass. We're gonna wait on these stumps. There's one there and another one over here. Later on, we'll probably be doing some work in the back, so wait to grind those if we grind more in the back. Getting rid of these cinder blocks, there is a well casing there, so just removing these guys. And then this lilac's okay. I would say just trim that. Nothing past this side yard. So just cleaning up these sticks, branches all along here. There's little piles of stuff. There's another big stump there, just noticed. Cut any of this stuff down and trim this spirea. Cut more of this down. And then just any sticks and general crap laying around. Okay, so this is not the property line, but about where we would maybe clean up a little bit of this tree line just to the bigger trees. Actually, yeah, to the bigger trees. And we can dump everything back there as far as we can. Probably gonna want a chipper and chip everything back there. But all of this stuff, it'll be easier to see once we get over there on the other side, but cutting all this down, chipping everything we can and dumping it, like I said, on site. But yeah, cleaning all this stuff up. Obviously the grass, cutting all that down. Yep, cutting everything back to that tree line. Any smaller growth, cutting all that right back. So this area is very, very overgrown. Cutting all of that back. Over here. Again, any smaller growth, any lower hanging branches, cutting all those down. Throughout here, any stuff that looks like weeds. There's the line. So any small growth coming through, cutting it down. Low hanging branches. These trees provide a lot of shade, so a price to take these down, or if there's anything we can do to prune them to get more sunlight, but I don't see how that's feasible. Oh, there's a groundhog over there. So a price to take those right down. Show you the back. You see that groundhog? There was a groundhog right there. There's gotta be so much wildlife. I just saw literally right on the front porch. I think he's still right there. Oh, yep.
I see him right in the,
Yep.
right in the corner.
Oh yeah, this is his home.
Yeah, scared him.
Yeah.
Have you been inside?
No. Oh, I've seen a couple. We've done a couple property cleanups like this, and usually the insides. If the outside's looking like this, it's.
I remember when I was a kid, man.
All right, so in the back here, there's a fence line around here somewhere. So cutting everything back to that fence line. There's some trees here, at least pruning those back. If there's something that's gonna be a concern, then a price to take those down. I know there's this guy and this guy here. So probably a price just to take those down, and then another price just to prune them. But again, all this small growth. It looks like cutting all this back, and then price to get rid of this pool. It is full of water, very nasty, and a bit hard to get to. Over here we have a ton of smaller growth, cutting all this down and hauling it to the back of the property, and we'll go to the front. So here's another look at that. All the smaller stuff. There's a fence there too. It looks like it's grown into some of those stumps. So getting that out of there, and just all the smaller growth. Got the left side here. Any of these larger trees we're gonna leave. Yeah, all this, a lot of fallen branches. Smaller growth gone. This whole thing gone. These tree branches, cutting everything up above head height so it's easier to mow, cleaning out all the leaves and everything from under there. All these branches. This lilac will leave and trim it back to keep some privacy. That'll probably be about the only thing. And then trimming all this up, all of this up, cleaning out all the weeds, or leaves. And that is it. And cleaning everything back to the fence line over there. Whoa, future me, I forgot to record an outro again, so this is what you get. That job was pretty crazy. Stay tuned next week to see if we get it and clean up that whole crazy mess. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next week.